everybody. Welcome to ProBLK. Yes, we are officially ProBLK now. And July is HIV and Strep Throat Awareness Month. So, in honor of that, tonight's live is going to be all about HIV and Strep Throat. And I'm going to add my co-host, Rude Girl, in a second. And we're going to discuss HIV, the history of it, and symptoms and everything. And then we're going to discuss, like, the psychological part of HIV. Like, what goes through your mind when you're diagnosed with HIV? What goes through your mind when you know somebody who's diagnosed with HIV? My bad, y'all. The TV in the background is loud. Y'all, can y'all turn the TV down, please? I'm going to add her. Hello. Why am I saying hello? Shay, did you get the invite? There you go. Hey.
Hey, baby.
Yes, you look cute.
Shanko. You look good too, mama.
Thank you.
Like always.
Yes, you know, I got on my HIV awareness shirt. Do you know your status?
Know your status, period. I was trying to get mine, but hell. But I don't got no shirt, so I got red lips.
Me too. So human immunodeficiency virus.
HIV. That good old HIV that nobody want. Where does it stem from?
What do you mean?
How did it start?
All right. Well, HIV, they say HIV started from humans in Africa back in the 1800s eating tainted chimpanzee meat. Now, why the fuck was they eating chimpanzee meat anyway? I don't know. But
Bitch, that don't sound believable to me. I think they making up some shit.
no, but I used to hear rumors before I read that online. I heard that they was having sex with chimpanzees, but I can't find any of that information online. Maybe I need to go to a library. But anyway,
That's
online.
People fucking weird as hell.
For real. Because it's not. I feel like if it came from eating it, it would be transmitted through digestive tracts, not sexually.
Right.
Let's keep it real. They was probably fucking the shit out them chimps, and then went and had sex with a human, and that's how it got in. Anyway, but there's no facts online. What they say is it always says supposedly humans ate tainted chimpanzee meat.
Child.
But anyway, we all know. Well, there's a lot of information out on HIV. It's been around since the 80s. Again, this started around the 1800s, and it traveled all throughout Africa. And eventually around, I want to say the 1970s, it made its way to America. And it was officially discovered in 1981, right?
Yeah.
And they named it human immunodeficiency virus. And it's transferred sexually or through blood contact. Well, not like skin to skin blood contact, like blood to blood contact.
Right.
Like so their blood would have to get into your bloodstream.
Right. And then like needles and breast milk and shit like that too. So if you got HIV and you breastfeeding your fucking baby, you could pass it to your baby. You give birth to your baby, you got HIV, you could give it to your baby. So that's something that believe it or not, a lot of people don't know that.
Yeah. But it's not transmittable through saliva or anything like that. Like you can't get it from touching a person with HIV or using the bathroom after them. So it's not like that.
Yeah. I'm cracking up.
All right. So how the HIV virus works is it attacks your T cells, and those are just white blood cells.
Mm-hmm.
And T cells are like brain cells. They like eggs in your ovaries. The amount you get when you're born, or the amount you make when you are a fetus or whatever, those are the amount you have throughout your lifetime. So the HIV virus, it can only thrive in the T cell, and it goes into the T cell. It duplicates itself, and then it erupts the T cell, basically destroying it.
Yeah.
And the T cells are important because they signal to your immune system when pathogens and invaders come into your body. They tell your immune system to fight them off. So if you don't have T cells, your body is not going to tell your immune system to fight off any diseases. And once the virus attacks enough of your T cells to where they drop below like 200, right?
200.
Once they drop below 200, you basically can't fight off any diseases.
Yeah.
And that's what kills you.
Yeah. Once you get below 200 and below, you officially have AIDS.
Mm-hmm.
So, and HIV and AIDS is not the same shit. HIV is a virus. AIDS is a disease.
The state. It's a syndrome. It's a state. Once you reach that state of 200 and below, you basically cannot, your body can't fight off any pathogens. So if it's the common cold, you get over that in a few days. Right. Your body cannot fight it off. So that's what kills you. The fact that all these pathogens come into your body, you can get the flu, ammonia, all that stuff starts to happen. You can't fight it off, and you die, basically.
That shit's scary, bitch. I can't imagine no shit like this.
Yeah, so people with HIV, AIDS is definitely a death sentence because there's no cure for it. It's irreversible. But you can, in the HIV state, whatever state you're in, you can protect. They have ways now that you can protect your T cells, like the
antiretroviral medicine, right? That's what it is. They help you stop the suppress. That's what helps suppress the HIV, right?
Yeah. What's that big ass word?
Child, yes. I'm saying all stupid shit. I'm trying.
Yes. But anyway, they got different types of drugs now that you could take, and it's like it doesn't reverse it, but it levels it.
Yeah. One of the medications that I knew of was PrEP. When I was in Job Corps, I say 2015, 2016, they would come to the school and basically try to tell us about it, like, oh, it's a medication that could if you high risk for getting HIV, it prevents you from getting HIV if you're dealing with somebody with HIV, shit like that. And they believe it or not, so many people got HIV and they're not going to talk about it. So that's why they're coming up with, I feel like at that time, that's why they was coming up with this stuff and coming to the schools and telling people about it, because a lot of people didn't know that some of the people there actually had HIV. So that was the first time I ever heard of PrEP. I don't know any other medications, but I do know that PrEP helps people that's at high risk for getting HIV.
So I'm thinking about how the drug will work. It would have to protect the T cells, so it probably coats the T cells or some kind of whatever.
Yeah, some smooth little jazz. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it's decent how they come up with shit like that. You wouldn't think like, oh, let's come up with a medication that's going to help people that's high risk dealing with people with HIV. Let's try to protect them from it. That's dope as fuck.
Yeah. Speaking of people who are high risk,
child,
Black people are the most, Black and Hispanics, but especially Black people are at high risk.
The highest risk. They got the highest rate, highest numbers. Black people are the most infected with HIV. And it ranges from the ages 13 and older. So y'all gotta be on your shit. That was in 2018, I believe, that they jotted that down. But for the most part, Black people are the most affected by HIV, and that's because we already go through our little shit with everything else. But the simple fact that you Black and then you got HIV, you know, the world already going to have their back against you or whatever. So it's hard for people to come out and say, oh, I got HIV, or tell somebody, oh, I got HIV. So that's probably why it's spreading too. But the most high risk. Now, this is the tricky part. Remember, we was talking about this when we did our research. As far as Black people, we already the most infected with HIV. The gay Black men is the ones that have the higher percentage of contracting the virus from male on male contact, Black men.
Yeah, gay Black men and trans women who have sex with men.
Right. Black women contracted the most from heterosexual sex, which is straight
getting
sex.
It from men. Yeah.
So this part tricky as fuck. If Black men are getting it the most from male on male contact, how the fuck are females getting it the most from straight sex? A lot of y'all niggas is down low.
I agree, but I know it's more complicated than that. Like, you gotta think, all men not down low, and he contracted disease. Maybe he's promiscuous, you know. He like to sow his wild oats, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And he out here thotting and bopping, you know, doing his thing. And so happen he find this one little thought, and she be on her mix too, and she's just so happened to sleep with somebody who she didn't know.
Right, that makes sense.
Was discovering their sexuality or was pansexual, whatever you want to call it, bisexual, and she contracted the disease, and now he got it, and he go to sleep with another female. That's how it happens. Like everybody's not on a down low, but you don't know who got it and where you can get it from. Protected sex is the best way to go, unless you're really in a relationship with somebody and y'all taking steps to be solely with each other. Then you should be protecting yourself. You don't know who got what.
You really don't. That shit is scary as fuck. Like, just imagine. It's never, like, a person is never always solely yours. It's just always your fucking turn, unless you're married. And sometimes that's not even the case, but...
I was about to say.
Sometimes that's not... And with who? You never know who laying down with who. And one day you could lay down with somebody and catch some shit because they was with somebody because they had some shit. You know what I mean? Like, and that's why it's important.
Mm-hmm. Is this my signal? Shay, can you hear me? You can see her? Am I frozen? Oh, where she go? Hold on, you guys. Let me add her back in. Y'all know how Wi-Fi be playing. All right, when she come back on, she'll send a request. But yeah, you never know who's laying down with who. That's why it's always good to get the note. Don't be just out here just because you hot. Like, sis, bruh, don't wrap it up. You gotta wrap it up. It's serious. You never know who has it, and people are not going to tell you because when the disease first came about, people was treating people with HIV like they was contagious, like they was shunned. They shunned those people, even in the hospitals. Like if you look up research, they got videos on it. People were shunning them because everybody was scared. Nobody knew what it was, but they knew it was no cure for it, and everybody was dying who had it. Let me see if Shay came back through. And then if you look at, like, think about all the TV specials, even from the 90s and the early 2000s about AIDS, HIV. The person was always died. It always had a sad aura to it. So I think the vibe around HIV is just negative in itself. So why would someone with HIV, knowing all this about it, know how people feel about it and how they feel about it themselves, why would they go out and tell somebody, oh yeah, I have HIV? That's like that's sensitive shit. Where's Shay?